Well, good morning, Miramar, and welcome to the new year. I'm your host, Tamara G, and we are so happy that you have joined us for the second day in January. So thank you for making it on board with us. We certainly appreciate it. We've got lots going on for the new year. Any and everything that is happening in the city of Miramar, you can always go to the website, MiramarFL.gov, or you can follow us on all of the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at City of Miramar. So welcome to the show. And speaking of welcome to the show, we have two of Miramar's finest firefighters in the house today. We have actually Romeo, who is, I guess you've been the emergency manager now for many years.
Yeah.
Romeo Lavarius and Tatiana Belmont. She is the emergency planner, and they are here today to talk to us about the CERT program. And this has been a very important project for you guys. Tell us why, Romeo.
Right. Thank you, Tamara. We really appreciate the time that you're giving us for this.
No problem.
The CERT program, it's an acronym for the Community Emergency Response Team. It's a program that started back in LA during the 1970s. The reason it started there was that in Mexico there were a series of earthquakes, and LA went down there to render assistance. And the one thing that they found out that was kind of disheartening were over half of the casualties were people that were not involved in the earthquake, but friends and family that went in naturally trying to help their loved ones.
Wow.
Right, and in their effort to help their loved ones, they themselves got either hurt or killed.
Okay.
So they took a lesson from that and said, what's the best way that we can help train residents to be better protected so that if that were to happen, that they themselves wouldn't fall underneath that. So what they developed was the CERT program. And what it was a series of disaster preparedness classes that armed the neighbors and residents on how to take care of themselves, their family, and their friends. They taught them basic search and rescue, basic first aid, disaster preparedness. They looked at search and rescue, the things that they can take care upon, on themselves. And quite frankly, it did so well that that program got picked up by FEMA and it expanded across the United States. So there are a lot of CERT programs throughout the United States, and we're very fortunate here in that South Florida has a very robust CERT program through the county, especially. A lot of cities like City of Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach, Deerfield Beach, Davie, they've all got very robust and active CERT programs.
Is that because we're a natural disaster waiting to happen at any given moment? Is that it?
It tends to work that way, doesn't it? Yeah. And so what ended up happening, we started our program here in the city of Miramar back in 2004.
Okay.
And through the years, we've tried to conduct a CERT class every year. And it's been really fortunate for us that we've had the backing of the city and the fire chiefs in the past that saw this as an asset to the city. And the residents got a kick. They got a kick out of learning how to prepare themselves. The information they got, they spread amongst their friends and their family.
Okay.
And so we now have a program that's pretty robust. It's been revitalized a little bit and a little bit restructured to now the point that we offer a lot more than what we used to before. And I've got Tatiana Belmont here, who's our emergency planner, who's had a lot of impact on all that.
Yeah, Tatiana,
Thank
because
you,
you have to put this program together
Yes,
for all
yes,
of the
I do.
residents here. So tell us a little bit about what it involves. I know that Romeo just mentioned, doing different things, the search and rescue, the first aid, that type of thing. But when you're putting this together for residents, because keep in mind, not everybody is like you all. They don't know the normal things to do. How hard is it to put a program like this together for your average citizen?
Well, it's pretty hard and pretty not. I mean, I don't want to say it's extremely hard, but what happened is, like Romeo said, from the past, we had a certain amount of people that joined the program, and then it kind of fell off.
Okay.
So when we came aboard to EM, we decided to revitalize it, and one of the things we did is we went back into the past and asked people. We sent out a mass email and called people, hey, are you still interested in the CERT program? The people that said yes, they stayed. So from then on, we basically take them in now, and we do, after their 8-week course, we try to offer like advanced training every month, which that's a little bit harder to put on because we get help from our training division that help teach them extra skills like sandbagging, for during a hurricane.
Okay.
Stop the bleed.
Stop the bleed. CPR, advanced CPR, and basic CPR. Search and rescue. We've taught them out here actually in City Hall. We had an advanced search and rescue class specifically for the CERT team, so that they can go out and try to find people in case that were lost.
This is
hands-on experience.
This is not me sitting in a classroom
Yes.
and
No.
being bored to death,
No.
or not
No.
understanding it. I get
No.
to see it and touch it.
You get to see it, and that's what we
Right.
changed about the program, making it more hands-on instead of just, like you
Books.
said, books
Right.
and
we
blah,
try-
blah, blah.
And
you
we
know.
tried not to make it a train and release program. We don't
Yes.
want to just train you and say thank you very much and we never see you again.
Right.
So in order to keep your skills still relevant and get you still active, each month we would host an advanced training session.
Wow.
So
you
that-
would come up with some type of scenario,
Yes.
and then they would have to
Yes.
go out and whatever that scenario is. complete it.
Exactly. And like Tatiana had mentioned, we had a search and rescue here at the town center, and it was real interesting with the fire cadets
Yes.
posing as victims,
Okay.
and our CERT teams had to go out there and try to, help find them, extricate them, and treat them.
And
So-
some of them were pretending that they were elderly and
Ah,
confused.
Okay.
So the CERT team had to really distinguish: do they need fire rescue, or what is the
they need
issues? They're just
medical
very
issues?
basic
Right,
issues.
right.
Not we don't expect them to be firefighters or paramedics, but just something basic. Hi, how are you? Are you feeling any pain? Do you need firefighter or paramedic? So things like that.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, when we come back, we're going to talk more about the CERT program and how you, as a Miramar resident, can sign up. And I take it that the best part about this is it's free.
Oh,
Yes.
everything's completely free. The training, the equipment, everything.
Everything.
Yes.
All right. So when we come back, we'll talk more about the CERT program right after this. Hi, welcome back to the show. Good morning, Miramar. I'm your host, Tamara G. Don't forget to check us out on all of our social media at City of Miramar, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And with me today, we have Romeo Lavarius. He is the emergency manager for the City of Miramar Fire Rescue, as well as Tatiana Belmont. She is the emergency planner, and they are here to talk about the CERT program. That would be the Miramar Community Emergency Response Team, the CERT program that is free. So that's the
Yes.
best part about it, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Romeo?
all of that's free. We host the class. We host it at our fire station, but we're also reaching out to churches, places of business, that if they can get enough people, we'll take the training out to them.
Okay.
So we just ask them to contact us, provide us a little room where we can conduct the training. We do make a demand, though. We want coffee and cookies at every
Okay,
class.
I think they can make that
Chocolate
work in
chip.
their church.
Chocolate chip.
Let me ask this question though, Romeo. Seriously, why is this so important for the community to get involved, particularly if people are interested? I know we have so many things happening in South
Right.
Florida. So why is it so important that they know these different trainings that you have? You talked about fire safety, light search and rescue, team organization, disaster medical operations. Why is it? Why can't I just get out there and just try to help somebody?
Right. I'm glad you asked that, Tim. One of the things that we've found out are two things. One, the type of storms we're getting now, the ferocity is on a scale that no one had experienced. That's one thing. So there's a lot more devastation. And then on top of that, it's gotten a lot more complex in terms of social media, technology, and as well as everybody wants to help. But unfortunately, while they have the right motive, they lack the skills. And then they end up hurting themselves.
Right.
It's not uncommon for disasters where we have spontaneous volunteers that just show up but want to help, but then they end up not doing so well and they end up getting hurt themselves.
It's like, great, now we've got two people rescued. right?
Exactly. So what we're looking for, and so is FEMA, and they want everyone to look, we need to train the volunteers. We need to give them a fighting chance to be effective as they want to be.
Okay.
So we want to arm them with the skills, the tools, and the experience to be able to do this on their own. So that's really that's what's really stemming this. And we have a lot of great interest from a lot of the community. They want to have an active role in helping their neighbors.
Right.
So this works out. It's a win-win for everyone.
Everybody. And I know, Tatiana, that when people go through the CERT program, they realize you all don't have it that easy, as far as being fire management and particularly with the fire department and what they have to do. Because it's work. I mean, when you're out there trying to save lives, that's not an easy thing to do. So I would love for you to tell people how they can sign up for the class, which is free. We've mentioned that.
It's a free class. Our next class is January 16th. It's going for 8 weeks. They can sign up at FDEM@MiramarFD.org.
Okay.
Just send an email. We're trying to fill up the class, about 30 people. I think we have a waiting list right now of 24.
Wow.
So we still
awesome.
need a good amount of people to sign up.
Okay, and it is a commitment. It's
It's 8 weeks, yes.
Okay, 8
yes.
weeks. That's every Wednesday night
Yes.
from 6:30 to 9:30, beginning January 16th, and the class size is limited. Why did you guys decide to do that? Because I'm sure you could have hundreds of people.
Well, our
doing the
training
class.
room can only hold about 30 people, and smaller classes, you have more engagement from people.
Right.
Than a class of 100, 150. The topics that we cover are very in-depth, so to have more people, I think it would be lost.
Yeah, and we give them a lot more opportunity to do hands-on training as well, so we can really observe if they're doing it correctly right there.
So you mentioned CPR. That would be something that they would learn.
Right.
As advanced training.
As advanced training.
Awesome. And then search and rescue, because in South Florida, for whatever reason, we have a lot of that going on. I know Tatiana mentioned in our last break that sometimes there are elderly people. You know, if I ride on I-75 one more time and see a silver alert,
Yes.
you know, they come up all the time.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it does get more in depth where you do have to do a search for people. So is this something that truly an average citizen can do this program?
Yes.
It is
Just
com-
unequivocally.
Yeah,
yes.
unequivocally,
Yes.
it is so geared toward the average resident.
Okay.
It's nothing that they won't have to study any more than what we teach them.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah, and so everything that we teach them is all that they need to do.
Okay.
And so it gives them the basics of understanding how to go about when they come upon a disaster.
Okay. And you guys, there was a dinner or something that you all
Oh
did?
yeah, we held
We did a
that,
dinner
yeah.
for the first time. We
Okay.
didn't have a dinner since 2004 when
Right.
it was created. We got sponsored from Blue Marlin Contracting, sponsored a dinner, as well as Costco.
Okay.
We were able to get Dunkin' Donuts gift cards donated. Several flowers donated, so every woman got a
Edible
flower.
arrangements.
Edible arrangements, and we gave our CERT members an award. We recognized a CERT member that previously passed. His name is John Gardner. He passed away, and his widow was there, so we were able to give her an award.
Awesome.
And going forward, we named our award John Gardner in Leadership and Excellence Award for the 2 CERT members who performed the best out of the year. And we were able to give that award, and going forward, that's going to be our award. So recognizing the past, but also bringing it into the future.
And you just never know. This might even be a career path for someone.
Yes.
It's funny
yes.
that you mentioned
Yeah.
that. We've had some CERT students in the past that have now gone into fire rescue, or some are looking into that. Some have even gone into the medical field.
Yes.
So
There you go.
we've even taught children. Some of the parents who take the course, of course, they bring their kids, and we treat the kids just like the adults. We warn them that, look, you're going to be taught as an adult. And they, quite frankly, they're more mature than some of the adults are in the class. And they took it very seriously.
Seriously.
Yeah, and I'm proud to say that I think a couple of them got into the medical field after, because of
Yes.
this.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so it's going to be held at Fire Rescue Station 84.
Yes.
That's 14801 Southwest 27th Street in Miramar. Classes will be held every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 9:30, beginning January 16th. So it is a commitment. You want people who want to make that commitment for the 8
Correct.
weeks.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so if you can make the commitment, if you would love to learn more about how to help Miramar Community Emergency Response Team, because we probably will need you sooner or later, particularly when we have storms here.
Yes.
I know that they are just, it's crazy whenever a hurricane hits and
Yes.
we have so many problems. And you mentioned even sandbagging. Who knew that
Yes.
there was a way to do it and how you have to
Yes.
do that?
Yeah, exactly. And it's not so much as a question as if, it's a question of when. We all we live in South Florida, so
Yeah.
we know that it's going to come.
Yeah.
And so the best thing that we could ask everyone to do is be as prepared as you possibly can. And that will help not only yourselves, but also it will help the city so that we can respond to those areas that need, our attention the most.
Awesome. And since we are here in Miramar, besides, it is right here in Miramar as it always is, besides storms, I mean, we're right here at the Everglades. They're burning every other week.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So you need to know how to prepare.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, everything. This type of training, though it's geared obviously toward the kind of disasters that we face commonly, like hurricanes, it's not. It can also be applied to those types any other type of emergency. It
Okay.
teaches you the basics on how to handle yourself and how to help others. So it really doesn't matter what you're confronted with.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have the basic knowledge of how to react.
All right, sounds good. So sign up via email at FDEM at MiramarFD.org, okay? So F is in Frank, D is in David, E is in emergency, M is in Mary, at MiramarFD.org. We'll have that on the screen for you as well. Thank you so much, Romeo. Thank you, Tatiana,
Thank you.
for coming in. And thank you so much for watching Good Morning Miramar. I'm Tamara G. We'll see you next time.